Whoa, this app sucks. No, it doesn't. But I have a feeling it's gonna glitch out. I have a feeling. It might not. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This thing's hard to use. Sometimes, like, it glitches every once in a while. If you've watched, you've heard me say that 1,000 times. But it doesn't really change. This app's been out for like 2 weeks, and it's blown up faster than they can handle it. So it's a little bit glitchy. It's not terrible. It's gotten a lot better than 4 days ago when I used it 4 days ago. I mean, I've been using it. What's today? Tuesday? No, today's Wednesday. I've used it every day since Saturday, and I think it's gotten better every day. So that's a good thing. The problem with it is we're trying to record it right now. We're trying to, because that's the whole point of the app is like you tune in or you miss out. It's like before podcast when you had to like listen to the radio to listen to a show that you liked. That's pretty much what this is. So, but we're trying to record it, maybe put it up on the blog if the recording works. There's supposed to be a third-party app that I'm using right now that'll do it, but when I tested it earlier today, when I did like 5 minutes earlier, it didn't work. So, that's where we're at. Um, yeah, so I've done this like the last 5, 6 days and kind of just kept it on Twitter and didn't blog about it. Just whoever was on Twitter at the time has been tuning in. It's been pretty fun. I like it a lot. It's a pretty fun app. You just kind of just talk and you can interact on it by hitting the little message thing or tweeting. I think if you tweet, I think if you message on here, it also goes on your Twitter, not vice versa though. And the point of it is pretty much do my own little rundown. At the end of the day, I can talk about whatever I want, talk about my blogs, talk about, whatever's going on in my life. Like on Sunday, I got on after Maryland lost and talked about that for a little bit. Last night, I got on after Monday night, I got on after Raw, talked about Mania and how bad the ending of Raw was. Probably gonna hop on after the Caps game tomorrow night and talk about that. Probably gonna win that game. Shit like that. Just it's a fun little app. Just do whatever the fuck I want on it. I guess the biggest story of the day was Super Troopers 2 is officially going to be funded, which is great news because that's a great movie, the first one. And I mean, the fact they had to raise money on their own to fund a second movie is insane, but it's probably for the best because they have total creative control over it. And so nobody can like edit out their jokes. Nobody can tell them, I don't think this is okay. They can do whatever they want. And that's the way it should be when you have a bunch of funny people writing a movie. It's not going to be watered down like a bunch of shit that we see. And $2 million is nothing. Like they need a ton more money. I assume they're using some of their own money. I don't really know though. I assume they have to be. But who knows? I'm just glad they're doing it the way they want to do it and not letting people tell them what to do. So that'll be good. Thanks to people retweeting that I'm doing this. That only helps. It doesn't hurt. It only can help. And if you have anything to say during it, it pops up right on, like, on the bottom of this. So if you have any input, anything to say, anything to ask, you can just go ahead and do that. I'll probably read it out loud. What else happened today? Not the best blog day. It was kind of a slow Wednesday. Yesterday and Monday were good. Today was a little bit slower. What did I start the day with? Oh, the the nacho on a stick. That was amazing. That Milwaukee's doing. The Brewers are doing. They're frying up ground beef and crusting it in Doritos and then deep frying it, which is incredible. It's almost worth going to Milwaukee for. Like almost worth going. I don't think I would ever go to Milwaukee though. Like I don't really have. I don't even go to DC, and I'm like 8 minutes away from there. Why would I go to Milwaukee? But it looks really, really good. That's like the new thing in baseball stadiums too. They're all trying to like one up each other. Like Camden Yards, I know has a bunch of like crab dip, waffle fries, and they have like a macaroni and cheese crab dip hot dog, which is like incredible. But I guess that's the new thing is they all try to one up each other in terms of like giving people heart attacks. What else happened? Oh, so the biggest local story in DC was somehow a morning radio show got canceled by a couple prank phone calls, which doesn't really make any sense. I don't really buy it. I think that's just what they're claiming because it doesn't make sense for an entire radio show that they had been promoting for weeks to just get canceled due to two phone calls, like no conference calls, no papers, no face-to-face meetings, just a guy pretended to be the president of ESPN and got an entire show taken down. I don't buy it one bit. That's the story that they're going with, though. It's really Dan Snyder got the show pulled, and then he realized he looked like an idiot. So 2 weeks later, he came up with that entire story. That's what really happened. But they're trying to sell that some guy made a prank phone call. It's the dumbest thing of all time. Dan Snyder's an idiot. Even if it wasn't him, I blame him anyway, because he's the biggest tool on earth. Mark Zuckerberg's going to play the new bad guy in the Superman movie. It's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Social Network, and Jesse Eisenberg as like a bad guy. It's kind of cool. He's a good actor, obviously, but he looks all like jacked up and Nazi with his shaved head. I'm probably not going to see it because I don't see very many movies like in the theaters, but it looks cool enough. All right, so for the thousandth time, in case you missed it before, I'm sure there's a lot of new people. You can't watch this on your laptop. You can't watch it on your desktop. You have to watch it on your phone. If you watch it on your laptop or like your desktop, it's just a super, super, super close up of a random area of my face. And I don't think that's the best way to watch this. It's just what I was saying before. It's just their technology is just like not really great yet. So if you're watching on your laptop, I'm sorry. That's just your fault, not mine. And you have to switch to your phone. What else? I'm not too close to my camera. You just are not using your phone. How many days would it take you to drink 1,700 beers? You're gonna make me do math. So if we average what? God, that would be bad. Uh, I mean, it would have to be a lot of money on the line. I could probably do it in 150 days minimum. That's a little more than 10 a day. No, that's like impossible, right? Like you would die. No, I think you would die before you did that. It's a good question though. I'd have to sit down and like really think about it. 1,700 beers. That's what Handsome Hank just asked. How many days? I think if you actually did that though every day, you would die before you finished. If you did like 10 a day, I think you would. At least I would, because like I'm like Andre the Giant could do it because he was like 8 feet tall and 500 pounds. I don't think I don't know. It's a good question. If we have enough money to put on the line, like if I can make like 25K, I would try to do it in under 200 days. If I'm doing the math right. But no, I don't. I think I would die before I did that though. I think it might be worth it though, right? I mean, go out on top. What else is going on today? Some guy just let me know that he watched for 11 seconds. Well, sucks for you. You're missing out. What else happened? The kid laughing his ass off, or crying his ass off, because he met the garbage man. Probably my favorite picture, like, that I've seen this year. He's just freaking out because he met the garbage man. If you didn't, it's just the funniest picture. Like, he can't stand it that he just met the guys who pick up his garbage, and he's holding his stupid little garbage truck. Just so nice to be a kid, and just, you don't really know better. Like, I hope he actually grows up to be a garbage man. Like, if we're, like, 15 years from now, and the guy's had a couple convictions, and now he's a garbage man, it's just like, it would be perfect. His life would be complete. Banks, your football team sucks. Super Troopers 2, and then a smoke show. So I guess that was my whole blogging day. Pretty good day. Ate a lot of food today, too. A lot of food. I'm trying to up my food. Somebody called me fat after the dog show. It was like the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. I've never been called fat before because I've always been like kind of tiny. And then somebody said I was looking fat, and I would look like that kid breaking down in tears. Just like, that was so nice. Thank you. I have been eating more. So yeah, I'm trying to like do a handsome Hank and put on a bunch of weight. It's working okay. It's hard for me to gain weight, but I'm just keep eating and going to the gym. You don't think you could drink 10 beers a day? I think if you drink 10 beers every day for 6 months, you die. I think that's the problem. I think, like, theoretically, I could. But, like, your liver, I think, like, just, like, gives up. It taps out after a certain amount. That's what I'm saying. I'd have to, like, really, like, think about it. But I think I could do it. Like, I know I could do it theoretically. It's just, I don't know if, like, you die or not. But that's what I was saying. It might be if I could like stand and make like 25K, I think I would go for it. Like if you die, you die, but if you don't, you have 25K. I think it would be harder to not drink every day for 6 months than to drink 10 beers a day for 6 months though. I think you die either way. You kill yourself or you die of like liver failure. So there's not a real big difference. I'm not MFKing those people. That's rude. I can't even read it out loud. I'll get fired. Uh, yeah, I like that people are interacting. That's pretty sweet. Keep sending questions, and if you have anything to add to anything that happened today on the blog, or you like disagreed with anything that I wrote in any of my blogs, I'm willing to listen to that. You're wrong if you disagree, but I'm still willing to listen. And so, let's see, a bunch of people have been joining, so in case you missed it, basically this app just lets you do like your own rundown type thing. You don't need all the technology, you don't need like the Skype and the fancy graphics, you kind of just go for it. And it's a lot of fun. I've done this like the last 5 days. It's going pretty well. I like it a lot. Gonna keep doing it probably every day at 6, Monday through Thursday. Gonna jump on after like games, like Caps games, big games that like the Sweet 16 if something cool happens, shit like that. Probably gonna jump on drunk some nights, just because it's fun. Did that the other night, worked out really well. I think everybody was drunk and having a good time. It's good when everybody's drunk and having a good time. Most of the time, like when everybody's drunk, it's better than 6 o'clock after work on a Wednesday. So drunker the better is probably best for this app. But I'm still going to do it every day just because it's cool and I like it. Do you think Helen Keller did everything they said she did, or do you agree she's a hoax? I don't think she did everything they say she did. That's impossible. They would just like run their fingers on her hand and she'd be like, horse. And they'd be like, you did it, Helen. Like, what? No. Like, no, she didn't. But, no, I'm sure she was deaf. Wait, yeah, I was doing like the Helen Keller confusing thing with Anne Frank. Yeah, Helen Keller is the deaf one. So, yeah, I'm sure she was probably deaf. I don't think she like learned how to write. Like, didn't she write like 12 books? There's no way. There's just 0% chance. Need a Foxy of the Union. Put a GoPro on her and let her run around the dog park. Foxy got really fat, by the way. She was fatter than I ever seen her when I did the dog show with her. That's probably why she didn't jump through the hula hoop. She'd gotten lazy. I stopped watching her, and Britt just let her lay around and be lazy all the time. So that's why she didn't jump through the hula hoop. She was just like, nah, player. And so that's why we lost. I blame Foxy. Can you rank your 2 favorite Jordy blogs per day? Well, I'd have to read them, so no, I can't. What round... I'm just kidding, Jordy. What round do you think the Caps lose in the playoffs this year? They don't lose. No more questions? A couple shitty questions. Stop asking bad questions. Like, if you think you're typing a bad question, stop and don't do that. Also, I've been rewatching The Office this whole week. I'm on season 5. It's a really good show. It's like probably the 3rd time I've rewatched it. I don't watch after Michael leaves though, obviously, because the show ends when Mike leaves. But yeah, I think sneaky my favorite like underlying story of The Office is like how obsessed Toby becomes with Pam, and they never they never really like talk about it. And then he's like asking for the picture of her when he's leaving. And